Tortoise, you don't throw it out.
Call me a giant or call me a 49er. Call me a warrior cause I follow a code of honor.
Boy Kid Ray, aka FightNightsFinest, bringing you guys another head-to-head gameplay. This one is another elite matchup. This one versus Vinscaddy88. And man, I'm a little disappointed in myself. So far I dropped 0-2 against top elite players on Fight Night Champion. Mostly fighting in the head-to-head division. I never really fought in OWC against a top player, well, one who wanted to fight for YouTube at least. And you know, this is my video. This is my chance to redeem myself. So far I lost to Boxing IQ 101, aka IL1L Simpson. Go ahead and check his channel out if you haven't already. And also to L2K Murder for High. And that was a better attempt against a top player than what I did against Boxing IQ 101. So I am getting better. And as you can see in this matchup right now, I'm rolling with my boy Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, the counterpuncher, the Mexican phenom, and he's rolling with Kelly Pavlik. And if you haven't noticed already, there's a size difference as well as a reach advantage, all in Pavlik's favor. He weighs more at 160 pounds, De La Hoya at 147. So that means I am more sustainable to getting hurt by his power shots than he is to mine. So what we gotta do is we gotta use our speed, you know. We gotta use what the Golden Boy is good at: his reflexes, his counter punching ability, just his overall speed. And Pavlik is gonna do what he does normally: stay flat-footed, come forward, use his jab, try to come to the inside, and that's what I was pretty much expecting here. And I noticed right from the beginning he's throwing that power straight out quite a bit. So I figured if I use some good boxing right as I'm doing right now, there's no way he can beat me with a slower guy, and I'm a lot faster. Not that Pavlik doesn't have decent speed. De La Hoya has extremely good speed, and it's something that's going to allow me to take advantage of him early on or later on in the fight, depending on how I use De La Hoya. And right there we get a nice power straight to the body. I want to go with my usual strategy. Normally against top elite players, I'll start off in southpaw and figure out their tendencies and see what they do. But I figured, you know, I don't have to show all my entire arsenal like I do later on in like round 4 or 5. I figure I'll start off in my regular orthodox stance, but I won't show all my techniques. I won't show all my combinations out. By the way, let me explain this before I go on any further with the fight. Recording didn't really come out as well as I thought it would. The video quality kind of got a little messed up, as well as the audio got completely messed up, not aligned. It's staticky. It slows down, it speeds up at times. From time Teddy Atlas or Joe Tessitore would get a really deep voice, and then they'll come out with a squeaky voice like a few seconds later. So therefore I had to delete the audio from the video, and I just replaced it with something even better, something 20 times better, and that is music by D-Town's Boy. If you haven't checked him out already, go ahead. You can check the Dropbox website for all of his stuff, for his Blackjack album and other things that he has worked on. But let me get back to the video here. I switch over to southpaw stance, so see if I can use my jab a little more. I also find that if you throw that left hook first and then you throw the right hook afterwards, the left hook will come lunging really fast, and then that right hook will come really fast afterwards. It won't come as fast as the left hook, but it'll give you a pretty good chance to land. So I've been working on my southpaw game quite a bit with my new middleweight. I'm gonna do a whole series video on him, so go ahead and look out for that for when it comes out later on. And yeah, expect that. But back to the fight. The southpaw stance, like I said, I've been working on it, and I figured, you know, I'm pretty confident with it. But right now he's breaking me down, he's backing me up in corners, he's doing a lot better job of getting close to me, as I hit 2 beautiful double jabs right there in order to keep him off of me and escape the corner. But like I said, I've been working on my southpaw game, and I think it's gonna work a lot better. I'm confident in it. But he's trapping me in the corner, he's landing a lot more shots on me while I'm using this stance instead of my orthodox stance, and my defense is paying for it. Right there we push him and get a nice straight, You know, we're keeping them off us pretty well this round, but we're getting hit quite a bit, and that's going to be our downfall for this round, as he goes with 2 nice hooks to the body and then an uppercut overhand combination to the body. And our defense right now is suffering badly, and he hit me with another power straight, missed a jab, and it comes with a counter to the body. So as you can see, we did pretty good in the first round. We did good in the the first half of the second round, and then he's pushing us back, and now he's just taking the fight to us in the third round. I kept coming forward because I know I had to land some more punches because he was still in the round, and if he stills the round, then he's pulling a book out of Sugar Ray Leonard's page and just trying to steal the end of the rounds, and that's going to be a problem for me. Right now he's using his defense in the beginning half of the fight, laying in his shots if he can, but he's not going too hard as he will in the second half of the fight. That's a nice power straight to the body, going for a little bit of a stamina attack there to slow him down, as I stated earlier in the video. A stamina attack, as well as my ability to defend and land combinations, my offense, is going to be the keys to winning the fight, which will be the keys in any fight, but in this fight in particular is going to be a major key, as we go with 2 nice, 3 nice, 4 beautiful shots in a row against him. And right now we got this round on lock, but then he starts coming away and hitting us with some nice jabs, lands 2 jabs in a row. Then we go to our inside fight and neutralize the combo, and he comes back upstairs with a right hand. And right now the southpaw is working pretty well for me, but at the same time he's stealing rounds because he's hitting me with those power shots, and his defense is a lot better than ours is at the moment. That should have been a counter straight right there. Unfortunately it wasn't. They didn't give us the counter, and right here he's backing us down in the corner there. I used the jab, try to get out and try to escape from the corner. Right now he's just keeping me in there. He cut off my escape lane with a nice side step to the right, and we try to be aggressive there with some uppercuts to the body. And right here I'm extremely fortunate that was not a stun state, a critical stun state. I got knocked into the bell ringer, and like I stated in previous videos, and you have seen it on display, just because you get hit in a bell ringer stance does not mean you're not dangerous. It just means that you're a lot slower. You still got your power, you still got your ability to move around the ring, your defense is the same, you just punch a lot slower. And that round, because of the bell ringer stay, I feel he won that round. That's a round that I will get to him. I'll chop that one to him with no doubt. Actually, I feel I'll chop like the first, well, as you can see there, that's what the judges thought. They'll give him the next 2 rounds out of gave me the first one. So he won round 1. I won round 1, and he won round 2 and 3. And like, I gotta say this while just noticing it as I'm doing it now. This is also something I noticed in the fight as well. But his defense was just different from anything else that I've encountered so far, where he moves and circles his head, but his blocking stays the same, and we got a beautiful counter right uppercut there. But his defense is just different from everybody else's that I've seen so far. You know, it's not really something I'll usually expect. And right now, since I feel I got that counter, I felt winning the round, but he gets a counter right back, so I become more aggressive. I missed a hook up top. I should have went with a hook to the body, where stamina down a little more. And right there we hit a nice power straight with a back step. And it's just much more the same, where like I'll start off outside fighting, then eventually I'll come in, he'll trap me up against the ropes or in a corner, and then I feel I have to fight my way out. Then he lands some heavy power straights on me, and it's just back and forth right now. So the first person to make this adjustment, and right there, that push straight, that's when I noticed, and those jab straights right there, that's when I noticed, you know, that's working for me. That's working actually pretty good. I noticed that, you know, this is an adjustment I can use to win the fight. I switched back to southpaw there, and I hit him with a nice jab uppercut, and then it's just much more the same. Honestly, I felt due to those straights I landed that I won the round, but then I look back at it and say, you know, early part of the fight pretty much dominate me kind of, but you know, that's a round I just felt that I won. So right now I'm seeing it, well, as I'm fighting, of course I'm seeing it as it's pretty even. Judges of course aren't seeing it that way. That's a round they're gonna give to him, and we're at round 6 now, I believe it is. Sorry, it's a bit small on my screen here. And right here I'm trying to apply the same thing that I've been doing all game, all video. where I need to stay on the outside. I need to get away from his strength because he can hurt me with that power straight. Right there, we push him off of us, and I noticed again, this was a test run. Like, yeah, it's definitely gonna work. That power straight, that push power straight is definitely gonna work. I can't abuse it, but it will work whenever he gets close to me. Right there, I figured, you know, okay, the 1-2s work pretty well, and the fast combinations work well. The push straight will keep him away from us, and it won't allow him to come forward and use his aggression, his inside fighting abilities, as well as he will want to in order to win the rounds. So right now, I'm pretty much forming a plot here where I could actually come back and win this fight, because I'm definitely losing on the scorecards. If we get 2 beautiful power straights to the body there, he comes back with his own power straight to the body. I come up with some double hooks up top, he goes with double hooks to the bottom, uppercut straight to the body, and then it's just more of that crazy defense where it's like it could correct counters, and you know, it's just solid defensively. And he lands a big power straight to the head, and then some well placed combinations up and down. And I go to the body again, trying to wear his stamina down, just trying to work the bigger man, break him down, trying to stay within of that big range of his, using a Evander Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe strategy. I just try to stay inside of his range. And tell me how in the world do I miss 3 power push straights in a row? That's not something I have. And he wasn't doing anything special. He wasn't moving his head or anything. It was just the same thing as I've been doing all fight, and I just seemed to miss it. Maybe De La Hoya got a little dizzy because he got hit in the head too many times last round. A big power straight probably shook him up a bit. And this is where I really put forth my strategy now. I pretty much got everything figured out. 1, I need to stop brawling with him. If I keep brawling with him on occasions that is not necessary, I'm gonna lose. 1, he's bigger, and 2, his punches hurt more, and that's what the judges are looking for, effectiveness against aggression. As right there, we land 3 jabs in a row, and I try to push him off there, but you know, it didn't work too well. And right here, I go with some nice double hooks up top and then down to the body, keep him off us with that power straight. Use De La Hoya's countering ability and land a power counter straight. And now I'm just trying to keep him off of me. You could say I'm running a bit now, but you know, I am still coming forward. But I need to keep him away from me, because I don't want to get hit in a bell ringer again, or I don't want to get a critical stun. I need to make an adjustment, and that's what it's all about. Normally, whoever makes the first adjustment, and it's a good one that counters their entire strategy, that's the person who's going to win the fight. And like I said, I'm not going to brawl on him when I don't have to. That I felt should have been a counter, but he lands a nice straight there. Pavlik does, I believe, have a 20 straight, so the accuracy on it is pretty crazy. I was going to say type crazy, but you know, yeah. Land another power straight to the body, and then we go back on forth with some more combinations. He's landing a lot more, but we're doing a lot better this round defensively than we did in the first half of the fight. And he's landed quite a bit, but I don't feel it's going to change anything from how I've been playing from the 5th round on, because the 5th round I really felt it was a round I won. Felt I made a big adjustment. I was kind of putting everything together, see how is this going to work, how can I apply what I know so far, and apply it into a later round so I can come back and win the fight. And that's what we're going to do. Now that we pretty much got everything figured out, as he lands a nice power straight over the top there. So now I got to come forward, because now he's hurting me and he's beating me, because he's landed a big shot and then landed some nice well-placed combinations afterwards. So it's much more the same. I go back to chasing him, and I go back to trying to land combinations and big shots on him while coming forward, which we all know is not going to work. And you know, I'm surprised by his defense, because it was blocking from my favorite and best combinations as we land a nice counter body straight, power straight to the body, and zap that stamina down a little bit more. And he hits me again with it. It's just another back and forth action with him landing more power straights, and I'm getting hit. Whenever I throw a power straight to the body, he'll throw like his own power straight to the body, and then like 3 or 4 2 punches combinations afterwards. And now we're gonna keep him off of us, because now he's getting a little too close. He's getting a little too personal. Back up out my face. I need my space, and that's what we do right there with the power straight to the body. Come up top with a power straight, using a straight back step and using 1-2s and my favorite combinations in order to try to keep him off of us. and his defense, you know, it's starting to go down a bit. So it's telling me his stamina is getting low. You know, my strategy is working. I could have used the push power straight a little more to keep him off me as I try to use my jab there. I didn't really go for my angle jab hit that I've been practicing, but you know, my regular combinations and my straights and my jabs is working, so I'm gonna keep applying it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, we're looking to see if we can keep him off us and wear him down. We got good enough stamina to carry us through the rest of these rounds, so it's just more of looking as I believe that was when we landed a beautiful side step power straight to the head. It's gonna be more of us just trying to use what we learned from the adjustments and just trying to go for the good night Irene, because right now I feel I need a knockdown. As you can see, he's winning 4 rounds to 3, so I'm not out of the fight. I'm only down by 1 round, and I feel this is why I'm really feeling my adjustment work. What I'm doing is gonna work, and I can win this fight. I can win with the sweaty comeback. I figured out everything I need to know, and now it's just time to do it. As long as I don't get hit by too many big shots, as I get hit with a beautiful power bolo punch. Those is not ones that you really see too many times. You might want to call it a hooker cup. You might want to call it a hooker cut, as I clenched there in order to escape from the corner, and then use some well placed jabs and go back to the power straight, push straight. Because if he's gonna be so aggressive, he's gonna keep coming forward. I gotta keep him away from me, because that strength of Pavlik is actually quite ridiculous. He's actually a pretty good fighter in the middleweight division. I feel his overall should be higher, but the outside fighting technique is working right now. It's not like I'm not coming forward. I'm just not coming forward where it suits him. And that push power straight is just killing me. He just keeps coming forward. So that's when I know he doesn't have anything to counter what I'm doing. What I'm doing right now, he only has one style fighting, and there's no way he can make an adjustment to what I'm doing. As he lands a nice power straight to the head there, I'm glad I didn't get hit into a critical stun due to the weight difference and power difference between De La Hoya and Pavlik. But it's showing me right now he can't make an adjustment to what I'm doing. What I'm doing is going to work for the rest of the fight, as I switch some southpaw here, and I land a nice power straight and then get a nice counter punch with an uppercut, and that's going to win me the round back, even though he landed some nice punches with that power straight to the head. And he's cut now, so he's cut on the cheek. Those power straights really started to get to him, and of course using the jab and everything else that we've been doing to cut him, and now he's away from us. The stamina's starting to drop a little bit more, and that's showing me he's not going to make an adjustment at this point. I got the fight won in my mind. In my mind, there's no way I can lose. I figured everything out. I done everything I was supposed to, and now it's just going for the good night Irene. It's just time to put him on the canvas. So push him off there, and we just try to stay away from him. He's landing some nice combinations as we get a nice counter right uppercut there. The counter punching, which is normally in all my fights, it hasn't really been too much there for me, but you know, when it has been there, it has made a difference, as we get a beautiful power straight to the body and sidestep right uppercut counter punch, which is something that's going to get you a counter 90% of the time. It's been something that I worked on for a long time. It's a timing thing, and it's hard to kind of perfect, but you know, if you do, it will get you a counter most of the time. As he goes for the power straight to the body and he misses there. Now we're trying to use our defense, but our stamina is a little below half, and he is starting to get tired. Right there we exchange power straights to the head. I come back with another power straight up top, so that means I won the dual exchange that we had there. And now I'm just trying to keep him off of me as I land another power straight to the head, and he just keeps coming forward, and I get another counter to the body there. And now we're just staying away from him. What he's doing now is he can't keep up with the speed of De La Hoya, and we finally put him on the canvas. We push him off of us, and then we hit him with a beautiful power straight to the chin, right on the cheek chin, almost like a Marquez, except it wasn't a power punch. But he goes down for the first time on the canvas. We put him on the canvas for the first time tonight, all the way down in the 9th round. And I exerted quite a bit of stamina to do that. Had to keep him off us, and I realized he can't. Once we started getting out of his range, once we started backing up a bit, using our speed advantage, he just couldn't compete with it. So now it's the 10th and final round. I feel at this point it's probably got me by 1 point lead, but at the time they're talking about he's still winning the fight. I need a knockout to win. So it's gonna be more of the same. I feel at this point I'm winning by 1 point, and I just need to finish the rounds up strong. I need to finish the fight up strong in order for me to have this beautiful sweaty comeback. And now I know he's coming forward, that he wants to, well, he's been doing that all fight, but now he has to do it in order to win the fight. Now I feel kind of like, yeah, there's no way he can really beat me. And this was just a beautiful display of outside boxing. Some people might say he's running, but I did come forward when I had to. I just made the proper adjustment as we miss a beautiful, which should have been a beautiful left hook counter with some nice head movement where we leaned back, and he landed some nice combinations there, but we did land another power straight, and we're just gonna keep him off of us. All we have to do is just win the fight. With a minute and 50 left in the fight, 10th round, I feel I got this one pretty much wrapped up in the bag, and he's just gonna keep coming forward. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing because it's been working. What I've been doing since round 5, which is a round I felt I should have won, I'm gonna keep doing it because nothing's gonna change. He hasn't made an adjustment. He hasn't done anything to make me feel I had to make another adjustment. So God, my computer screen's lagging a bit here, so I'm not able to see quite what's going on. However, it's pretty much coming down. The fight's winding down. I've been doing the same thing that I've been doing since round 6, since round 5, 6, 7, and so on. The adjustment we made has gave him too many problems, and I don't see him coming back at this point. And that's pretty much gonna wrap this fight up. As you're gonna see here as we get to the scorecard decision. Like I said, not really seeing what's going on right now. Computer screen's lagging, so I don't know where we're at in the video. I believe the fight decision is gonna be called in a bit. So since I can't see right now, I'm gonna wrap this commentary up. We won the fight with, I believe it was 6 rounds to his 4. Getting a nice sweaty comeback, making a proper adjustment in order to win the fight. And that's pretty much it. This is your boy Kid88, aka Fight Night's Finest, signing off. Peace.